Welcome to the Black Business Podcast, where we help Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners, and Black consumers connect their Black dollars. Now, here's your host, Jenny Jones.
Hello, it's great to be with you today. I am your host, Jenny Jones of the Black Business Podcast. And joining me today is Miss Jessica and Christina Brown from Gibson, Louisiana. Sorry, I'm not from Louisiana, so I'm from California, so you know how that is, right? So they are from Jessica's Dolls. Today's show is brought to you by the $5marketinggarage.com, where all of your online digital marketing needs are met inside the garage. I'm excited. These ladies were supposed to be on a couple of weeks ago, but you know, they had a storm come through and a lot of different things happen, and so finally had an opportunity to catch up with them, and they found time in their busy schedules to be able to join me here on the Black Business Podcast, where we connect entrepreneurs, small businesses, and consumers with their Black dollars. Listen, without further ado, please welcome Jessica and Christina of Jessica's Dolls. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for having us this morning.
She's Jessica, and I'm Christina.
Yes. Well, we are the owners of Jessy's Dolls, and we're very thankful that you took time out to speak with us today and get to know a little bit more about us and our company.
Yeah, I'm excited that you guys found time to even make it on the show. I know you guys are busy moms and different things of that nature, and I want to dive right into it, but as I do with every guest, I got to take you two on the elevator ride, and we got to go up at least 47 floors. And listen, while we're in the elevator ride, I'm going to look at both of you guys and say, hey, listen, ladies, what do you guys do?
Okay. So, Jessy's Dolls is a brand of dolls that we're creating for young girls, specifically young girls of color, to embrace themselves, their hair textures, complexions, and it's all about self-love and motivating them to do more, to accept who they are, and to see the beauty in who they were created to be.
Okay. All right. So that's good. I like that. And it's funny when as a business owner myself, I'm in a lot of different business rooms. And as you know, we're always looking for companies that are unicorns, right? African-American companies. And it was like, who's different? And I'm in all these rooms. I see a lot of people doing a lot of different stuff. I'm not hating on them. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm looking for companies where people say, man, I didn't know they existed. I didn't know that it was a company out there doing that. And that's when I stumbled upon you guys. And I'm glad you guys found an opportunity to sit with me today. But listen, give me a little bit of background. Been to your website, looked at a couple of different things there. It looks like you guys got a nice little variation there. So give me an example of, actually take me through the beginning. How did we get to Jessica's Dolls? Is it Jessy's Dolls or Jessica's Dolls?
Jessy's Dolls.
Jessy's Dolls. All right. I just want to make sure. I don't want to be butchering nobody's name. So Jessy's Dolls. All right. So take me through a little. How did that happen? So Jessica, you could kind of start, right? So Jessica, you're kind of the CEO of the company or some founder, or what's going on? Tell me your different roles there.
My baby, the way that it came up to live to exist is kind of weird. Okay, so I went to a craft show. I had gotten into sewing maybe for about a year, and I was doing children clothes. So I sold baby apparel, outfits, and things like that I was sewing. And then it hit me. I had a festival to do at the African American History Museum. And I said, well, you know, it would be creative. It would be something cultural for me to bring back, like a rag doll. So I made 10 black little dolls and had different complexions, hair colors, and outfits. I sat them in the basket, and I just wanted to see how they sold. But the response that I received from those dolls, I knew it was something that we needed to bring back to our community. The response from the children, they were saying, oh, she looks like me, or she looks like my cousin, or that one looks like auntie such and such. Now, everyone related to the dolls. The adults related to the dolls, and those 10 dolls sold out real quick. And I said, this is something that I need to take to a different level. I need to put more behind it. You know, it's more than just a doll. It's something more in tune than just a doll. It touched their spirit, and to see how they reacted, it touched me. And I want to do more with those dolls and spread that further for more young girls.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty exciting. I mean, so, and you say, hey, I want to take it to the next level. And what, you went to your sister and says, hey, I mean, because it sounds like she does a lot of the marketing and stuff. So tell me about Christina. Tell me what's your role, or when did you get involved in Jessy's Dolls?
Oh, right when it was pretty much born, because I'm the one who creates the faces and do the hair. And she the doll, so I'm the hairstylist and the makeup artist. So I do that for all. And when she wanted to take it to the next level, I was like, well, let's begin with Facebook. Let's make a page for them, and let's see how that goes. So we created a page, I want to say in like maybe December of 2019.
That was
around there. It was after the festival. So we created the page, and it took off pretty quick. And then we had another festival after that we did, and then we got more of an audience after that. So the page began to grow from there. And after that, well, let's go to Instagram. So we created a page on Instagram for them. And right now, I'm just marketing through those two platforms. But it's doing pretty good so far. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So that's very exciting. I mean, so you guys started this page a little over a year ago, and now, you know, it's kind of taken off a little bit. And I gotta be honest with you. I mean, when some of the large toy stores like you know, Toys R Us, you know, you can go in and you can kind of see the dolls and, mommy, I want this one, mommy, I want that one. So is that what Instagram and Facebook is kind of helping you for people to pick out, or do you guys have your own store, or how does that work? I mean, we're going to get into your URLs and your addresses and all that stuff a little bit later where people can find you. But I just want to get your idea of what you're thinking people needed to see. And I guess that's for both of you guys, or either Christina.
Right. So I guess you can say it is our Instagram and our Facebook is like our store. Right. So the kid can virtually see a doll and like, hey, I want this one. Hey, this one is like really cool to me, mom. So we use those two platforms as our store, as our visual content for the doll to be seen.
And then we make interesting little videos as well. She does some videos that, you know, spices it up so they can get an idea of the character of the doll.
Okay, so that's kind of how it kind of developed, and it's growing the audience. And the reason why I wanted you guys on the show is because I don't think a lot of people know about you guys and what you guys do. And my question then is, what is the vision for what you guys are trying to do? Are you guys trying to get, I mean, so now it used to be, hey, I'm trying to get in Toys R Us, or hey, I'm trying to get in a major retailer. What then is your vision, or you just want to just keep your overhead low and just do your own thing, your own store? Talk to me about that a little bit.
Look at it as us doing it by ourselves. I really don't want to merge my dolls into a corporation with anybody else. I would really like to see how far we could take it ourselves. Like, I want to expand, and I want to have other people play roles with us, but not so much like, you know, taking it to Walmart or bigger corporations, but I want them to expand to their fullest capability.
Okay. So, I mean, so expanding and scaling those are, so when you think about that, you think about mass production, right? And so that's more of my question. I wasn't more saying, hey, we're going to partner, right? But I think that, are you considering any type of signature dolls? Like, hey, we wanted to make a signature doll just for Target, right? There are still your retailers that are still there. Your Walmart's still there. Your Target's still there, right? And then you got some ancillary companies, but I'm saying, had you at least considered, because that's the way we need to start thinking in our communities. Like, hey, you know, I want my dolls to have mass appeal. Are you guys ready to scale? Or you guys are still create them on your own? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, we're still creating it on a smaller scale because, like we said, we've been doing it for a year now. Is getting to a point where eventually I will have to start thinking about those things because they do need mass production to keep up with making them. It gets a little overwhelming because we're just the two of us, you know,
and all of it handmade.
Yeah, because all of the sewing is done by me. Their outfits, everything. The only thing that's bought for them are their little shoes, you know. So it is a lot of work on one person. So I do need to start looking into that, and that is something that we will definitely start looking at.
And it would be kind of, it would be neat to have our toys in like a bigger corporation because most people go to Walmart, most people go to Target. So to see your brand there up against Maytel and all the other ones would be putting your community, putting our people into the spotlight a little bit more, just having us in the forefront a little bit more, and that would be something that we should consider.
Now, is that something that you guys thought about? Because it's like, hey, listen, I can do this for a little while, but I mean, I'm not going to be able to do this forever. Or what is there's a book out called E-Myth by, I think, Michael Gerber, right? I strongly suggest that, and in every show I try to give and throw out different books or different resources. There's a book out called E-Myth by Michael Gerber, and I'll try to make sure we get that on our Facebook page and things like that. But he actually goes on and talks about how do you scale, right? How do you grow from this is a hobby, I love it as a passion, right? A person's baking cookies and they like doing it, and it's like, whoa. Now I'm so overwhelmed that I'm staying up 24 hours a day making cookies, but I can't seem to grow my business. That particular book is one that changed my life and it allowed me to be able to scale and do multiple things. And so what you do is you move from being a solopreneur or, you know, an entrepreneur into moving into a business in a large corporation where you're actually, you know, creating a mass appeal effect and actually generating a revenue, and you're able to reduplicate that process. So, you know, I strongly suggest you take a look at that book and read that, because there are some things that you're going to probably have to start outsourcing, things of that nature. That's not what this show is about, right? But these are thoughts that you have to think, because you guys customize these dolls. Now tell me about, hey, I still want to be involved if I grew larger, or because if the right people get the right wind of what you guys are doing, then you might get a large order, right? You might get an order that says, hey, we're going to send you a purchase order. You know, we're going to put 50% up front. You know, we want to get, 300 dolls, and see how they do over the holiday. So what then would you do? Take me through that. Or if you don't know, that's fine. I'm just saying what would happen though?
That is definitely something that we have to look into. I think we're just so humble with our beginnings and taking it step by step. But I have thought about, I don't know what you're going to think about what I'm going to say, but I thought about hiring people to help me sew. That's the first plan, is to get me a little crew, like to build me some employees that can help me with making some of the dolls. Because I really like the personalness about it. Like, I like how it comes from a place of my heart while I'm making these dolls. So I really like that, but I know that in time I won't be able to touch every doll that leaves out.
As long as you have some type of control over how the doll is created, and as far as the making of the
customs too.
Yeah, even the customs. So we do customized dolls as well. So as long as you have control over how our dolls are presented and sent out, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty of owning your own business and scaling it the way you want to scale it. It's like, hey, we're thinking about outsourcing just the clothes, right? Or we're just thinking about outsourcing the hair, but we select all the hair, we make sure it comes from the same place, and we have our ideal doll. Are your dolls named? Do you name each doll, or how many do you have?
Every doll that
I name every doll that leaves out. Even if they go to their owner, they're going to get a new name. That's fine, but I name them all before they go. Yeah. And I say, hello.
Oh, talk to me about that, because every single doll has its own unique name. Is that?
Yes, that's the thing.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now, man, you didn't got me I'm sitting up in my seat now. I love that. So every single doll that leaves gets its own name, and I think you guys have like some adoption papers or something. Talk to me about that.
Yes.
Y'all gotta tell me. Listen, y'all gotta tell me the juicy stuff, right? I shouldn't be pulling this stuff out of you. You gotta tell me this stuff.
You're right. So they leave out. They are already named from us. They have an adoption paper that we give to the child who gets the doll. They can name it. It says, are you going to take care of the doll? Are you going to love me? Are you going to be there for me?
Wow.
Responsibilities on how to take care and nurture something. It's practicing how to nurture something. So they're like little doll moms. They become little doll
like
moms.
Babies. I call them my babies. Christine names them, but they're my babies. I hug them before they leave. We pray over them before they leave.
Oh my goodness.
Before they get packaged in the box, I make sure that I pray that they get there safely. Those dolls don't just go. Those dolls mean a lot. They really mean a lot. And then we see the reviews where the young children are so happy. And then we had one where she almost cried. And that just touched my soul. And it just reminds me why I got to keep on doing it.
Wow. So you guys are almost about to make me cry. Well, funny, right? Because when I was a kid, when the kids, you enjoy them. Like it's difficult for us to go back to be kids again, but we do remember our first, I remember my first G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, right? My first Evel Knievel. My wife had a baby. I mean, not my wife, but my sister had a baby Chrissy, right? And she named it, she took drug her everywhere. And so you guys, to me, it's like, man, do you want to scale? Right? I mean,
that's why I guess we never really considered it.
We should scale up. We should do it.
We're be very cautious with how we do it. But I want to say that I really want them to go all over, because I mean they're going to California, they're going to New York, to Florida. We done made it to a couple of states, and it's a beautiful thing. And also I do doll workshops. Okay, so Jessie Dolls.
Oh, okay.
Where I teach young girls from ages 6 to 12 how to handcraft the dolls. And we actually have one coming up next weekend. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting. But I do it locally, but I would like to do it statewide. So just like I sold a couple dolls in New York City, I want to make my way to New York City so that I could reach those children face to face and have that engagement with them to make the doll. We talk about self-love. Before I start, I give them a brief history on doll making before we start. And then we sit down and we handcraft the dolls together, them and their parents. So it's time that they're spending with their mothers or fathers, which is very important for them. And it's a lasting memory. Yes. And that's the thing that we want to do with Jessy's Dolls, is make lasting memories. Wow.
So let me ask you this. And there's another book, it escapes me right now, but it's How to Grow a Tribe, right? An online tribe. And so tell me about your Facebook page. Is it just a page where people can come and shop, or are you guys trying to grow that into where, hey, we're trying to create our own club, our own, now all the people that belong to it, they all have a doll, they're all in a club, and I have classes and all. That's kind of where, to me, I'm thinking, I don't know what this podcast is turning into. But to me, because I have a lot of experience, I know a lot of connections, so I'm thinking, to me, that's kind of an area that you could possibly scale as well, and it just be as profitable. So go ahead and talk to me about that. You guys get excited, you guys lit up. So tell me about that.
That's what makes me happy. It's not really about the end result being Walmart or Target. That's not my end result. My end result is to go out and speak to the young girls, to engage with the young girls, to tell them that they're beautiful, so that they see that they're loved, or that it's fine to be different. There are different shades, there are different colors, there are different conditions that you can have. And a doll doesn't have to always look one basic way that's put on the shelf, you know? And a lot of times, young girls of color, we don't have that. We have more options than we had before, okay? When you go to Walmart, we can now find a doll, but who better to make a doll besides, like, who could depict you besides you, you know?
Right.
So I feel like I am depicting these children in the best way that I can. Every time that I make a doll, we put love into the doll for the doll to look like different children. And when we customize them, I really get excited about the customization. When they send a picture to us, they send
you know what? I am very interested. That was actually my next question. So a customized doll is like what? I have a little daughter named Nancy or Shaniqua, right? That's better. I have a doll named Shaniqua. I have a daughter named Shaniqua, and I say, hey, I want you to make her birthday's coming up. I send you a photo. Talk to me about that experience. Let's hear how that goes.
That's from my end.
Okay.
So once we get a person who wants a customized doll, of course they'll go through the process and purchasing it. After that, you're going to email me a picture of your daughter, or your daughter, how you want her to look. We go through, okay, do you want her to have ponytails? Do you want her to have braids? Like, what are you looking for her to look like? Whereas sometimes you want her to look exactly like the picture, and sometimes like, oh, her favorite color is pink. Yeah, I want her dressed with pink and polka dots. So we take certain notable comments that the mother will tell us, and we try to reenact it to the best of our ability.
Well, hold on. Why it's got to be the mother? Well, the mother would tell you. Why can't it be what the father tell you, or what the parent tell you?
The father too. We just dealt with a lot of mothers.
Yeah, we just dealt with a lot of mothers.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all off the hook.
Fabric that matches that outfit, and we put it together.
Because we know how much the doll is going to mean. This doll is going, because I remember a doll that I had, back in.
Don't date yourself. Don't date yourself now.
Like 7. But this doll meant a lot to me. And I still remember her, and the emotions and the feelings that you get from, the happiness you get from this doll is going to travel on with you. It's going to travel on with you. You can't say it won't. It will. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm even more excited that I learned. I knew you guys did these dolls, right? He says, oh yeah, we put a doll together. She's kind of dark, and we'll give her, some ponytails. But then you guys say, hey, we take it a step further. We do some customized dolls. That to me is big. I think that's huge. And I think a lot of people, like I said, I only want unicorns on this show. I want people to be like, whoa, so wait a minute, somebody's making customized African-American dolls. They can make them look like my daughter, right? If my daughter is Black, right, and she has freckles, could you actually do that?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I don't even have a doll. I don't even have a daughter. I got 2 sons, and I'm getting excited just hearing about the opportunities that you guys could do with that.
Kids had to expand to making boys, because a lot of mothers were asking us. They said, "Well, what about the little boys, the little young boys? Some of them want dolls too." He said, "Hey, well, look, we made a little Javon. It was his name, Javon. I wish we had him on us. Okay, Javon and Elijah, and we put the Black Lives Matter shirts on them.
I think I seen that on your website. Yeah.
So that was nice. It was our first boys edition. Yeah, and we got a good response out of both of those. They sold pretty well, and I thought about it. For young girls, there's a mom and a dad that's in the house, and sometimes the little boy too is a depiction of your father. And some have lost their fathers.
Now I'm about to drop now. Listen, you don't have to send me no royalties or nothing, but I'm about to give y'all an idea, right? You're like, what he about to say on air so everybody can hear. Actually, I may need to tell y'all that off air and people see it. Because I just got an idea, and anybody that's been around me know they could be around me for 10 minutes and I'm gonna come up with an idea for them. I am going to share with you guys, and people see it. Listen, I want people to grow. So you don't need to, we heard from Jenny and he told us this, right? I mean, I do business consulting, but that is not what this is about. But I'm going to drop an idea on you guys. It's going to blow you away, right?
Okay.
So no, I'm telling you. So I like what you guys are doing. And here's the thing. There's everybody, right? We got this pandemic thing going on. So everybody want to be in business, right? They want to roll out of bed. Oh, I'm going to be in business. No, you got to be passionate about what you're doing, because there's times as an entrepreneur, you're like, man, I can't do this. I got 4 orders I got to do by Saturday, right? Your passion, your reason, your why is what's going to get you and get those dolls out of the door. He's like, I normally name the dolls, but I ain't naming these. I'm just so tired. No, you still do them. You still name. You've been there, right? You guys have been there, right?
Yes. We're mothers. We have children, and we homeschool.
Okay.
We are homeschooling. So we're busy. We are around the clock busy. Yep. So we have those days. But like you said, the dolls are important. It's just something in my spirit that tells me that this is purposeful and I cannot stop and I have to do it.
I will give you this opportunity on this one. I'm going to give you. This one is, so since you homeschool and all that, why don't you create a curriculum around your crafting, and then go to the homeschooling, different agencies, stuff like that, and then create a Zoom course, or create a course that kids can attend 30 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day. Hey, there's crafting, right? And then I just gave y'all that one. Boy, we all trying to come up in this business, right? We're all trying to put it together. Did y'all like that one?
That's a good one. That is.
You know, you're trying to figure out, and we all trying to be in business, right, to earn profits, right? So, because we have overheads, we have costs, but I think that alone, if you said, hey, listen, if I create just a small curriculum, whether it's 30 minutes every other day, and people tune in, you have a class, this is a 3-week class, 4-week class, because this is going to be the norm for a little while, right? Yeah. People don't think it is, but unfortunately it is. So how do you capitalize on that, right? Yeah. And so, good. I mean, that's man, I'm glad that should be able to work out for you guys. So listen, so as we kind of bring it to a close, so take me through what an order would be. So I know you guys have your website, so I can order from your website and I can order from your Facebook page, right? Or no? So Christina, tell me what would that look like for me if I wanted to give my doll or one of my little nieces a doll?
Well, you can either go to the website, which is, I can spell my website out now.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
So you can either go to the website, or you can go on Facebook, because we have a Facebook shop that's connected to the Facebook page. But if you want to go to the website, it's www.jessy'sdolls.com. That's JESSYSDOLLS. We also have the Instagram, and I'm about to put the product page onto the Instagram as well, so it'll be easier for you to go straight to the website.
Okay, so a person can order straight off it. Okay, and so then what happens? So if I ordered, let's say hypothetically today is Monday, right? And I placed an order today. When would I see that doll? Because you guys are in Louisiana. I know you guys custom, or do you already have something that's built? We're not going to talk about customization. That's a different. But if we had one that's already built, when would I see it? If I ordered it Monday and I'm in California, when would I see it?
We have it built. That's going to be the thing. So when you order it, your doll is made per order. When we get the order, I start from scratch. The dolls are not pre-made. Like, I don't have a line where I have this one doll. Like, we'll put the picture of the doll and we recreate it, but it's not sitting on the shelf waiting. So it's made per customer. How the orders come in is how we make them. So all of our customers get their dolls within 2 weeks, and I say 2 weeks because that gives us time, but they get it within a week. Yeah. They get it within a week.
So let me understand that correctly. So say again.
because we want them to be there within a week, and we do priority shipping to make sure that they get there. So we try to make sure that customer service is on top. We want things to get there as fast as possible. We don't want you to have to wait 2 weeks, but we'll tell you the 2 weeks just because it has other people who do orders as well. So it gives us time to create all of these things. Or I might need to find the fabric for your doll. That's the only reason that you would really have a delay or a wait. But we're fast with how we make them.
Oh, okay. So, well, that's not custom. I mean, everything's custom then. Because you say you do the custom.
Yeah, in a sense it is. The only thing the reason we put custom is on some of the tabs is because, well, we'll create her to have exactly what you want her to look like. But if you go on and you saw a collection, then we'll just redo that collection. But everything's made per order. It's not sitting up. You don't have anything coming to you that's been sitting up. You're getting a fresh doll with a fresh blessing sent your way. Every doll is made.
So, I mean, but we're not talking about produce or nothing, right? You can have a few of them, right? We'll talk about that. I can't tell you how to run your business, right? I can't tell you. But I like the fact. So I think with us seeing your face, you, Christina and Jessica's face, and seeing your excitement behind it and seeing your passion behind it. And then I'm ordering and then it's custom made. Come on, that's so much more powerful, right? We could be doing this interview, and that's why I want to do my interviews face to face so people can feel you. That's like, man, I'm feeling them. I want to purchase their dolls. I want to support those sisters, right? And so, but now when I'm hearing it, I saw it from afar and I kind of see what you guys do. I said, oh, that's nice. That's a nice concept. I want to have them on the show. Now I'm talking to you guys. I'm like, man, they doing it. As soon as you order it, they like, all right, so listen, hey, we're going to build it. It ain't sitting on the shelf. It's, that's more, actually, you know what, guys, that's a little bit more powerful than I thought. That's a little bit more powerful than I thought. And from afar, I saw it. And then I was like, okay, now I get it. That is fascinating. I love it. So listen, as we kind of bring it to a close, and I'll ask each one of you, give us some parting words of wisdom to either a consumer that's looking for a doll or that's looking to support Black businesses, or an entrepreneur looking to get into the business, or another small business owner, some things that you learned. So you can pick any one of those three, but I'm gonna start with either one of you guys to give me a little bit, just give us some words of wisdom for our audience and for our listening audience out there.
Okay, I'll start. So will you pick an item for your child? I'm gonna think about the consumer. When you pick an item for your child, I want you to think more deeply upon the item and what the item will mean to your child. When you look at it, think about where it comes from, how much thought was put into it, because there's an attachment that's going to be placed upon these items that your child receives. And think about more meaningful things about your child, because it'll make them feel more confident in themselves. It's going to help them to have a healthy depiction of who they are. You watch the things that you bring into their lives. And I feel like our dolls will bring confidence and some sense of comfort to a child.
Okay, good word.
I will go for the person who wants to start their own business. I would have to say, don't ever look at yourself like you're a small business. Always have a mindset that you are greater and you can become something bigger than where you are at this point of time. Because everybody has to grow. And just because you're here right now and it may be a little bit difficult, you will grow. If you keep on watering the seed, you will grow. So that would be what I have to say for anyone who's going to start a business, go after a craft that they're into. Don't Don't let it just die out. Just go for it. Just do it. And don't get disappointed when things don't fall into place. Just keep on going.
Wow. That's some good words from you two ladies. That's some good words. You got some good words of wisdom. I appreciate you guys joining us here on the show. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for where this vision may take you. And you guys are in Louisiana, right? I just want to make sure I get that correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then they in Louisiana, y'all. See, I'm trying, I'm from California. My wife has family out that way in Mississippi and stuff. So when I go down there and visit. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us here on the Black Business Podcast, where we try to connect consumers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs with their Black dollars. Looking forward to you guys joining us for the Black Business Expo. I'm excited to know what you guys are going to share. I don't know if you guys are going to do a presentation on the dolls or something. We're still excited to try to find out what that's going to look like. But again, the Black Expo will be coming up first weekend in December. We can't wait. Ticket information will be coming out very, very soon. So stay tuned and make sure you connect with us on Facebook and on our YouTube channel as well as connect with us at the blackbusinesspodcast.com, where you can download the podcast and join us from there. I'm your host, Jenny Jones. Thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully everybody takes care and stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for listening to the Black Business Podcast, where we help Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners, and Black consumers connect their Black dollars. Hosted by Jenny Jones. If you like what you heard, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. If you want to learn more about all our podcast guests and spend your Black dollars with them, visit our online store at shopblackbusinesspodcast.com.